Yeah, so I was just asking if anybody had a chance to have a look. I don't know if I've added some of you to the Facebook group, some I'd maybe not invited yet, but we do have a Facebook group with so many amazing testimonials from the product. So after this, if I haven't already put you in the group, let me know and I can invite you to the Facebook group. But before we start, I know all of you, you know me, but if anybody listens to this recording, my name's Jo Lefebvre, and I'm a natural health coach and hypnotherapist. But my life wasn't always like that. I was a primary school teacher for many, many years and doing the drudgery of, going to school every day in that kind of structure and regime that now luckily I'm free of. And I just really think that, what I'm going to show you today will help you to see why I'm so much happier. So I'm going to share my screen and slideshow from beginning. Right, so this just is an overview of a company that I'm connected to called LifeVantage. And the reason I've invited you to this is because I absolutely 100% love the product. I've been on the product myself for 5 years, maybe a bit longer than 5 years now. And I can hand on heart say that I never get ill, never have any aches and pains. And just like when I first started going on this product, I had really arthritis was coming into my fingers, and both my grandma and my mum had rheumatoid arthritis, and I was dreading that I might get those gnarled fingers. And but as you can see, no problems in my fingers anymore. And that was very quick. From the moment I started taking it, I'd say 2 weeks later, I realized, oh my God, I've got no pain in my fingers. This is amazing. But what I also had is where I had like as if my neck was fused to the top of my shoulders. And sometimes I'd wake up in the morning and it was as if my neck just didn't want to move. I felt like I had to drive the car and take the steering wheel with me. And quite quickly, all that went. And also I was going through the menopause and I was having really hot sweats. And these moments where I'm saying to the kids, is it really hot in here? Is it me? I think, Mum, it's you. And quite quickly, they all disappeared as well. So I then started to fall in love with the product. And as a health coach, started recommending it to my clients, to my family, to my friends. And then quite quickly, I became a leader in the company just because I was so passionate about the product. And but then lately, I'd say for the last 2 years, if not more, I'd kind of unplugged from LifeVantage because I was so busy building my Taming Sugar Monster, which most of you know that I run. And I just kind of, I don't know, it's like that balancing act, isn't it? Do I put all my attention there or put my attention there? And all my attention went on to Taming Sugar Monster. And I kind of left. I wasn't really doing much in LifeVantage. But during lockdown, it's been amazing because every single month on the 15th of the month, I get a residual income dropping in every month, a really kind of nice, healthy one, just because of what I did in the past. Because what's beautiful about this product is that people go on auto shipment. It gets delivered to their house every month until they decide to cancel, which is dead easy. But people love how it makes them feel, so they stay on the product. So it meant that obviously during lockdown, it was a lifesaver for me to be getting this residual income, and I wasn't even doing anything. So this is what's made me really look back into it. And I'm, at the moment, I'm just like, right, I've got to find the balance. These two fit so well. Taming Sugar Monster is all about helping people to really think about what they're eating and to improve their lifestyle choices. And if I integrate this in, then obviously it's helping them with their aging and with, reducing pain and everything. So I'm just going to tell you where it all started from. So this guy at the bottom here is a guy called Dr. Joe McCord, who's a very kind of well-respected, riot police have just come down my street. Hopefully they're not coming here. Yeah, so Dr. Joe McCord, a really highly respected scientist who was passionate about understanding how antioxidants work in the body. And what he did, he put his whole life work into really understanding the aging process and how the body started to age. And what he could see is that not only did we, if we eat antioxidants, that obviously benefits our body, but he could start to see that we had these enzymes in our body which naturally acted like internal antioxidants. So SOD stands for superoxide dismutase, which is an enzyme that he discovered way back in the 1960s. And then he devoted his whole life to working out how he could reactivate these enzymes in our body. Because unfortunately, as we age, this activation starts to downregulate in our body, and our bodies become less able to produce these enzymes. And then that means your body's not producing its own internal antioxidants, which means your body's more exposed to free radicals. And I'll explain about oxidative stress in a minute, what it is. But what it does is, obviously, as our body becomes less effective at fighting free radicals, we get cell damage. We get our cells start to age. And it's like having a fire in every single cell, which is oxidative stress. And oxidative stress will impact each one of you on here in a completely different way, because your body will display it in a different way. We're all unique, aren't we? So what he worked out is how he could reactivate these enzymes. So your body started to produce its own antioxidants, cancel out the free radicals, and your body was really effective again at fighting oxidative stress. And this is where the little yellow activator was launched. And way back in 2005, I don't know if you know about a program out in America called ABC Primetime Investigation. It's very similar to Watchdog that we have here. And that guy who's the presenter is a really famous presenter in America. Well, what was happening in the science world is people were getting a real kind of buzz about what Dr. John McCord was finding out. This was massive. This was like, oh my God, he's found the key to slow down the aging process. And so the ABC Primetime Investigation wanted to really check out what was going on. And they sent a team of investigators to film and to investigate what Dr. John McCord was claiming to have discovered. And so the presenter has his bloods taken, and 2 weeks later, they test his blood again. And what they're looking for is something called T-bars, which shows how much oxidative stress and free radical damage is happening in your body. And in just 2 weeks, his oxidative stress had come down by a whopping 45%. So if you think that they're filming this is out there for the public to see, and it got so much attention from the public. $5 million worth of orders came in overnight. But of course, they're just a team of scientists. They haven't got the infrastructure. They didn't have $5 million worth of product to sell. And so it kind of fell a little bit flat. But of course, it also really drew attention from universities and prestigious medical centers who were like stunned at what he'd discovered. So they did their own independent peer-reviewed studies and to check out what Dr. Joe McCord was claiming. And I'll show you those in a minute. But as you can imagine, I haven't got the bottle handy. The scientists thought, fantastic, we found something that people need, people are really interested in. Let's get it out into the shops. So they put it in shops similar to kind of Boots and like kind of health shops. of course, it didn't really do very well because it sat on the shelf, and it was called the Nrf2 Activator, because the pathway that they were regulating is called the Nrf2 pathway. People didn't understand what it meant. People didn't understand what oxidative stress was. So it didn't do very well. And obviously, they had investors, they had people who was like, you know, getting frustrated that the sales weren't happening. So they got a team of advisors in to advise them how they could get this into people's hands. And that's when it switched into direct sales in 2009. And just in 1 year, it went from, I think it was $90 million in sales to $200 million quite quickly, because people were talking about their experience, that belly-to-belly conversation, explaining that, oh, this is what happened to me, and this is what happened to me. And before you know it, it's now a really successful network marketing product and company. So yeah, oxidative stress, you might not have heard of it, you might not know what it is, but it's happening to you right now, and it's happening to us each and every day. Trillions of free radicals are happening to us in this toxic world we live in, which is damaging our cells and aging us and causing pain, inflammation, mood changes, depression, all sorts of things. And it's the natural aging process. But obviously in this toxic world, it's even more of a risk that we're really struggling with it. So this little graph here, trying to move our photos, that's better. The oxidative stress, up until we're back at the age of 2021, our bodies are producing your own antioxidants. It's these enzymes, glutathione, you might not have heard of it, but it's an amazing enzyme, superoxide dismutase, catalase. Your body is producing them in abundance. And so when you think of a child who that might get ill, how quickly they bounce back. They might have a temperature, and by the time you've got them to the hospital, they're like absolutely fine. Whereas we, you know, if we get sick, we take longer to recover. And I always think, you know, when I was younger, I could go out for a heavy night drinking on a party on a Friday night, do it again on a Saturday and do it again on a Sunday. But now I can do one night and that's it. So, and that's just your body not being able to recover because cell damage that we're causing. So how is it happening? Well, we're, as we say, you know, the food that we eat, we know the food that is in abundance to us now is kind of compromised, isn't it? It's not real food, it's not organic food like we wish we could all have. We're having processed foods full of chemicals, lots of sugar, and not really fit for purpose for what we want. The water we drink is the same, isn't it? We know that we've got so many chemicals in the water that we're drinking. The air we're breathing in obviously diesel and petrol and whatever else is out there. And also, too much exercise can actually age you because you're breathing in more oxygen, and that's causing oxidation. And too little exercise, which I know lots of people aren't doing any exercise at all. And then, of course, we've got all the environmental toxins, the Wi-Fi, the 4G, the 5G. But so many people are on pharmaceutical products, aren't they? Which again is causing toxic overload in our body. So you can see that this graph is showing that oxidative stress as we age is going up and up and up and up. And here, this slide, I'm not sure if you can see it, it kind of shows a kind of image that's showing every single part of our body is being attacked by free radical oxidative stress. And it just suggests some things here, like for the brain, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, you know, the heart, and basically diabetes, rheumatoid arthritis, you know, all sorts, asthma, everything. And even cancer, you know, where we know that this is happening. Now, we can't say as a natural health product, and we would get slapped on the hands if we said that we could cure any of these things. But if we can reduce the oxidative stress, then you can imagine that we're really helping you to kind of take the pressure off and reduce the inflammation and to feel so much better. So I'm not sure if you've heard of this website called the National Library of Medicine. It's called pubmed.gov. It's a government website, and that's where all scientists, doctors, health workers, dentists, students, medical students do all their research, and every pharmaceutical product is listed on here, but also all the peer-reviewed published studies are on here. So all you need to do is when you get on, you can type in oxidative stress in the search bar, and it'll come up with thousands and thousands and thousands of studies about oxidative stress and how it damages the body. And then all you need to do is put oxidative stress and the condition that you want to look at. So maybe you say oxidative stress and cancer, oxidative stress, diabetes, oxidative stress, osteoporosis, whatever it is that you're wanting to look at. And it will show you how many studies have been linking oxidative stress with that condition or disease. And so then that obviously shows you that we've got something so special here. And until LifeVantage came along, there was no solution to lower oxidative stress. It didn't matter how many fresh fruits, vegetables, kale, vitamins, any antioxidant portions, etc., because it's been shown that, you know, you can take turmeric and we know that lowers inflammation, but it doesn't activate your Nrf2 pathway. It will not help your body to fight the oxidation and the oxidative stress. So we've got something that we know that can really help people. So what it is, it's just, like I say, it's called the Nrx2 Synergizer. And within just 30 days, we are able to say that you're able to lower your oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days on average. So, and if you take it for 90 days, it's gone down by 70%. So can you imagine that if your body is now bringing back down that oxidation, you're getting back down to being like, they've tested an 80-year-old man and a baby, and they couldn't tell the difference between their cells because the 80-year-old man, oxidation had come so far down that they couldn't tell the difference between the blood samples. So what's happening? These enzymes are your own antioxidants. So superoxide dismutase goes up by 30%, catalase 54%, and glutathione by a whopping 300%. So if you want to do your own research, go and look at glutathione. It'll blow your mind of what it can do. And if you're increasing that by 300%, you can imagine now this product is really helping you to feel just your mood lifts, your aches and pains start to disappear. So that's why, you know, so many people love being on the product. But as you said, we've got so many studies, and we're the only natural product that is proven to extend life. So the National Institute of Aging did their own research, and so that's amazing. Now, as I showed here, the graph is showing after Protandim, your oxidative stress is really completely lowered again. So we know that all the time. In the past, we were told, oh, eat your antioxidants. And antioxidants is obviously something that I really encourage people to do. But if you eat an antioxidant, what's happening? It cancels out one free radical to one antioxidant. So one-on-one cancels out. But we're neutralizing 1 million free radicals every single second, 24/7, every single day. And so what you'd have to do to get that same kind of activation would be to eat 400 oranges every single day, or 500 cups of broccoli every single day, or have 120 vitamin C tablets every single day, which obviously you just couldn't possibly do. but this is every single day you're having this happening naturally in your body. You don't even feel it. It's just one pill a day, and that is happening because your activation, your body's being activated to produce its own antioxidants. So it's a difference of you eating an antioxidant. It's like throwing a cup of water onto a house fire, or having you know, jets of water falling on a house fire all the time, putting that fire out. So you can check out, you can go on PubMed, you can go and read our peer-reviewed journal publications if you want. They're very scientific, a bit hard to understand, but they're there for you to see. And the universities and institutions are all there as well for you to see and to check out. And what we love is like, well, I'll show you this one. Washington State University did a recent study, and they said nerve 2 activation is potentially the most extraordinary therapeutic and preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine. And it's natural, and it's one pill a day, and it's made from herbs. So, you know, to me, I'm not a big fan of pharmaceutical products. So I'd much rather take one pill a day as my insurance policy on my health than, you know, risk it. So how much is it? Well, it works out in the UK, about £40. By the time you've done your postage, it's about £45. And obviously we sold all over Europe as well. So, and there's the different prices, you can have a look there. So to think that every day your antioxidants, you know, are coming in, you're cancelling out all these free radicals for just over £1 a day. So very affordable. Now we don't just do, obviously, nerve 2 activation. That is our flagship product. But they've also harnessed the nerve 2 activation in the skincare. So there's so much science about the skincare as well. There's even a study showing that our main product, I don't know if you can see this one here. This is got the nerve 2 activation in it, and there's studies showing that it reduces skin cancer. So we've got shampoos, conditioners, which are amazing, showing people's hair growth coming back, people who have got bald patches. We've got a serum that you can put on and it grows their hair back, which is just bloody bonkers. So, and lots of other products as well, as you can see. But I, as a health coach and nutritionist, I just really focus on these 4, which is, you've got an amazing probiotic. You've got another product which boosts the cells with mitochondria, which is the energy of the cell. It's like the battery of your cells. So what we're doing is like kind of getting rid of the rust with the nerve 2 activation, and then we're packing the cells with the energy with the nerve 1 activation. And we've got an amazing omega and vitamin D as well. So that is all about the products. And I'm hoping that you can see why I'm excited about it, why I love the product, and why I've just been taking it every day for the last 5 years. And so many people do say to me that I don't look 52. And I do put it down to, obviously I eat well, and I, you know, do have good lifestyle choices. But obviously just taking one pill a day, I really feel like I don't have any aches and pains. I just feel a difference if I have missed it. I just feel like, I can just start to feel my fingers feeling a bit achy again. So to me, it's no brainer. But obviously there is an opportunity. If you want to, you might think, well, I just want to try the product myself. It sounds great. I want to just see how it works on me. That's great. But you might be even popping in your head and thinking, oh, I know somebody who's got arthritis, or I know somebody who's got fibromyalgia, or I've got no, and this product could possibly help them. If that's the case, then maybe you want to start looking at how you can start to run a little bit side of the business alongside it. And what I love about this, you don't get any pressure. And then a lot of companies, they make you buy lots of products each and every month. This company don't. They only ask you to put 40 volume points through the system each month. You don't get any pressure. So that's one bottle of Protandim. Or if you don't want to order the Protandim, as long as you're just getting something about £40, that's it. Okay. And it's a perfect thing because, you know, especially in lockdown where we couldn't go anywhere, you could just carry on working from home, put your laptop or take it somewhere or from your phone. And I'm sure some of you, I know that quite a few of you already experienced in network marketing products, so you know what I'm talking about. These things are just, it's like an easy thing. But I love the website. The website is just amazing. And we've got an app and everything is just so easy to create. Well, when I first started in this company, it only just come to England, you know, the UK, and the website was clunky, it was difficult, and you know what it's like when you're setting up a network marketing company. There was lots of issues. They've all been ironed out, so it's so easy to do now. And it's a really low entry cost to get in. And what I love is the team I'm in is called Team Heart, and at the moment they're really simplifying everything. And so all we've got is just 2 Facebook groups, one for distributors, one for customers, and it's so easy. It's all about them giving you everything to go to build your business quite easily. Now, what I love about it as well, you get paid on a daily basis from anything you sell that day, but also you get a monthly, which is from everything that's going on in your business. That's your kind of monthly residual. But obviously, as a single mom, I really struggled to take my children on holidays. And I've won so many holidays. Well, I've not won them, I've earned them. And so I went to Bahamas, took the kids with me to Bahamas, been to Germany, been to Amsterdam, been to London quite a few times, been to Salt Lake City 3 times, and all paid for. So you can imagine that that's been a big perk as a single mum to be able to do those things. And so how do you get started and how do you get your product for free? You only need to get like 5 customers and you're getting your product for free. And we can help you if you don't want to do it that way. There's so many different options, and to just neutralize your business overheads in an easy way. And what you're doing is just building a network of customers, a network of distributors, and we help you all the way. These are the countries we're opening. This slide is slightly old because Ireland is completely open for distribution as well. But we've just brought in a new system, which means that we can now sell to 205 countries using PayPal. So there's no restriction like we used to have before, where we had to wait for the product to be agreed to be in that country. You can just simply order from the American site and get it shipped anywhere by PayPal, which means that now we can access the American products that we haven't got here yet, which is exciting as well. And obviously there's all sorts of, you know, somebody can come into this and think, I just want to walk, I don't want to do much yet. And that's fine. We, you know, we tap into you, help you, but we don't push you. Somebody might say, well, I really want to kind of run. I say, fantastic. And we've got a whole system to help you. And somebody might want to sprint. And then obviously we've got a whole system to help you. So there's so much training, there's so much guidance. And what I love, it's like a whole big family. So what we ideally are trying to do when you first come in is try and get you to the Pro 2. This is Pro 3, but now we're really focused on building people to this level quite quickly. We've got whole bonuses to help you to get to Pro 2. And then once you get into Pro 2, where, you know, you're opening to a whole new level of training and guidance that we can help you with. And obviously the potential is massive to earn whatever you want to earn. I'm a Pro 5 at the moment, which means that you become one of the premier Pro 5s, which means you become a leader, and you get lots of bonuses and extra incentives along the way. So yeah, that's all I wanted to share with you today. Hello, Shauna, I saw you coming on.
Okay.
So I did that in record time. I did that in 34 minutes.
Wow. Brilliant.
Yeah. So I don't know if you've got any questions or you've got anything that you'd like to say about it.
How long does it take to, if you order, how long does it take before it gets delivered?
It's really quick now, because before we used to have our distribution centre in Amsterdam, but when lockdown happened and there was all the problems, they brought the distribution centre to the UK. So it's quite quickly, like 3 days.
Okay. And then how quickly do you feel the difference?
Well, we're all unique. So you've got to give time for your body to feel the activation. And it can be quite subtle. So some people might feel it instantly, and other people, it might take a bit of time. And what we say is, you know, somebody's like 40 years old, we'll say, right, you've got 40 years that you've got yourself in this situation, which just give it at least 4 months, 10 years, you know, for every month, think about a decade, 10 years. So just giving your body that time for these enzymes to work. But even if you're not feeling it, your oxidative stress has dropped by 40% in 30 days.
And how can you test that?
They've done it through the T-bar tests. Some people have actually had a test before they started taking it. They've paid randomly themselves, and then it has shown them. I can send you videos.
Yeah. Can you test it yourself?
Well, if you want to pay. Yeah, but you don't need to. Honestly, you go in the group, look at the testimonials, and you'll be blown away. What I'm blown away is, like, I always remember this woman. She was bedbound. She was waiting for a back operation, and they kept cancelling a operation time and time again. She was getting so depressed and stuck, you know, couldn't do anything. Somebody said to her, why don't you just try this product? So she tried it, and in a matter of a month, she was back out of bed, she was moving, and then she came to one of our meetings. She says, I've cancelled my back operation, I don't need it anymore. So when you're getting stories like that, and you just think, because oxidative stress is causing inflammation, inflammation's causing pain and restriction. So if you're enabling somebody to feel like less inflammation, less pain, then you got the movement back. And so I'll put you in the group, and you can, if there's any particular condition that you want to look at, in the Facebook group, there's a search bar. Okay. So you just type in diabetes or type in autism or whatever, and it will show you whatever people have ever mentioned that word. It will come up with a selection of their stories. Just click on them and you can open them and you can read them. And what I love is, you know, we know that so many children have got autism now. And there's so many stories where children can actually take this product. You don't need to give it to a healthy child because their antioxidants are working at full firing. But if you've got a child who's struggling with something, you can give them half a pill initially and just see. And autistic children are starting to communicate with their parents. They're starting to smile. They're starting to respond. And it's like, wow, oh, just from activating these enzymes. And obviously animals as well, because animals are breathing in oxygen. They're exposed to what's happening as well. And lots of people say to us, is it the placebo effect? I say, right, well, you go and watch these videos that we can show you of horses and dogs who are taking it. They don't know they're taking it. And there's a brilliant video of a horse who's like, it can't bend its knees. I don't know if you call them knees in horses, but they can't bend them anyway. And it's in pain and it's walking so slowly. And then they put him on half a pill, a big massive horse. They put him on half a pill, and it shows him 3 days later coming out of the field and cantering down the field. You're like, what? So yeah. So
So
we're
vitamin
unique, so I can't tell you exactly what would happen to your body, but
No. But it doesn't guarantee then that we'll go cantering off down the field.
no, sweetheart, I can't guarantee that.
No. But talking about guarantees, what guarantees does the company offer?
You get a 30-day money back guarantee. If you don't want to stay on the product, no questions asked, you can get a complete refund.
Right, okay.
And the team are amazing. So we have a huge team in America, and there's a free UK phone number. So you can phone them, and they're fantastic at just saying, yeah, no problem, they'll sort it out for you.
Okay.
I have a question.
Go on, Joanna.
Is the product organic?
It's made from lots of the plants are made themselves. I'm not sure if they're 100% organic, because it's really hard to guarantee that. I'll check that out for you, Shona. But I wouldn't like to say yes if it's not. So I will double check that for you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
What's the capsule made of? Because I don't take anything to do with like meat or stuff like that.
Yeah, it's plant cellulose. So
Plant cellulose, that's fine.
it's plant cellulose. It's cold pressed, so the heat doesn't destroy any of the ingredients in it, and so it's not in a kind of case or anything. It's just
That's fine. I thought it was like gelatin or something.
no. Okay. Yeah, so if you want, I'll put you all in the group. If I've not already invited you, I'll invite you. Now, Facebook aren't being great at sending people invites for groups anymore, are they? So what I'll do is I'll send you the URL. So you can just click on the URL, it'll take you to the group and you can accept the invite. And then just have a search around yourself and look at the testimonials. I will tag you if you can just let me know, yeah, I'm in the group now, I can then tag you to that ABC primetime investigation. So you can watch it yourself and you can see Dr. Joe McCord talking about the studies and everything and how it works.
So I've got terrible arthritis in my fingers. I can hardly bend them.
It would really help you.
The only thing that helps is meditation, because that lowers the cortisol levels.
So I'll tag you when you're in the group. I'll tag you to arthritis, and you'll just be blown away how people are just, people saying, oh, I used to have fibromyalgia arthritis, blah, 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 blah. You think, God, how did they function? And then you read the testimonials and it's just simple, isn't it? One pill a day. I used to work for a company called Nature's Sunshine. I don't know if you've heard of that. And Nature's Sunshine was quite complicated. It was, there were really good supplements, but it was, oh, you need to take 3 of these at breakfast and you need to take 2 of these at lunch and you need to take these and I was confused, never mind the poor client. And now I can just say, just take this with water first time you eat. 1 pill. Easy.
Joe, do you use the skincare? Because your skin is lovely.
Okay, darling. Yes, I've been using that for about 2 years now. Yeah. So the skincare system is you get an amazing wash. So it makes your skin, because I used to really struggle with very dry skin. And I hated anything watery on my face. So I would always go for, the creamy cleansers and the toner to take it off. So when I saw that this was a wash, I thought, oh no. But anyway, I thought, right, I'm going to try it. And so you put that on and then they give you like this number 2. It's a number system, 1, 2, 3, 4. So number 2 is this like kind of serum kind of toner activator, and all you do is put like about a 10p piece size in your hand, and all I do is go like that and it spreads all down my arms. It's not just my face, because it spreads a long way, and that is my favorite product, because it just goes, I feel like my skin's had a drink, so it gets rid of any tightness. And then there's an eye cream, which is number 3, and the number 4 is the amazing product. That's the product with the nerve 2 activation in it.
Hmm.
And as a you know, expensive skincare systems go, like Clinique or whatever, I mean, you think how harsh and toxic that stuff is, and the prices. I think that ours is really fairly, you know, it's about £150 for the whole lot, but it lasts for about 3 or 4 months for the whole system.
Yeah.
Is it animal friendly, i.e. untested?
Yeah, the tests, at one point there was some claims that it was being tested, you know what China are like, as soon as something goes in China they want to start testing, don't they? So yeah, I'll double check on that, but it was, you know, it's not 100% vegan. I know it's not vegan is the number 4, but it is, they're moving that way. They said that they're really aware that people want vegan stuff, so they're moving that way. Yeah,
Interesting.
But you know, one of my other favorite products is the Pro Plus, which is our probiotic, because the probiotic has got something in it called biotrack technology. So when you usually get a probiotic, as you take it, it starts to dissolve as soon as you put it into your system. It's dissolving right down. So by the time it gets to the gut, you've lost a lot of the bacteria. What this is called biotrack technology, so it doesn't actually dissolve until it gets right into the lower gut where it needs to dissolve. And then it's also got something in it called Wellmune, and Wellmune's a brand on its own, but obviously that supports your immune system. So at the moment, with what we know the world has been facing, to me, if I can support somebody's immune system so they're feeling healthy, they can fight off viruses and infections, then, you know, gut health is so important, isn't it? So yeah, that's what my favorite products are, really. The Nrx2, the Pro Plus, and the number 2 skincare. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
So any other questions?
Where do you order? On the website?
Yeah, so I can send you a link to, if you tell me, well, what I can do is I'll chat to you after, you let me know what you want, and I can create a cart for you, and then I'll just send you over the URL to that cart, and you just fill it out and it comes directly to you. So the products will come to you every single month until you decide to say, I don't want it anymore. And you just, oh, and I forgot to tell you, your first order, you get £9.60 off, because I can sign you up as like one of the friends. We've got a new thing just for the next 2 months. It's called Friends and Family. So you get £9.60 off your first order. But then if you recommend it to a friend, they get £9.60 off, and you get £9.60 as a thank you for introducing a new person.
That's good.
Yeah.
Off a whole kit?
£9.60 off any order.
Off any order?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's quite a lot.
Yeah.
That is good.
Yeah. So then if you say you could do that, there's no limits on how many people you can sign up under that as well. So if you can keep adding customers, and you're getting £9.60 every time, but of course they're getting £9.60 off their order as well, because you get your own link.
Yeah.
Like affiliate thing, I suppose. Isn't
Yeah, no, it works nice and easy, those, don't it?
Yeah. Yeah. So the distribution part, the being part of the team is fantastic as well, because after this I've actually got a reunion with my team, my original team that I haven't worked with for a while, because like I said, I've been a bit unplugged, and we're having a reunion. I call it Wine at 9. So we're meeting up, and then at 10 o'clock I've got another call with the main elite team, because they've invited me to come on, because we get training every Wednesday from the top people, because I'm a Pro 5 now. So yeah, so there's loads to help you to be successful if you want to come on as a distributor.
So I didn't really see the structure of what because you showed the diagram of what gets you to what level. So approximately what kind of quantity are you selling all your downline? I don't know. How does it work?
Well, every pot of Batandem. So if you just, I built my whole business on Batandem, because when it first came to the UK, we only had Batandem. We didn't have all that other complication. So to me, I built obviously on one bottle of Batandem, which is only 40 volume points for every single time you have somebody in your downline who's bringing in 40 volume points. But they all add up, obviously. So now what it is, you come to Pro, when we first come in, my goal is to try and get you to Pro 1 in your first 30 days. That's 1,000 volume points. And you might think, 1,000 volume points on only 40 points, I'm going to do that. But, you know, we've got ways of helping you. And then you're trying to get to Pro 2. A Pro 2 is 2,500 volume points. And then the Pro 3 is 5,000 volume points. Pro 4, 10,000, and it goes up like that. So it's like doubles each time. But once you start getting your team and they're all building that as well, you can imagine all those volume points start to grow.
Yeah.
And but honestly, the teams are so supportive. We will really help you. Because I've just got Laura is, you know, one of my business partners messaging me now saying, "Are we coming on the call?" So yeah, so it's all. I can talk to you another time, Shauna, if you're interested.
Oh, sorry.
Shauna, you look like you need the product or go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take a pill, it wakes you up.
I was in the sun working hard all day, so I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, thanks, Jo.
Well,
Okay,
thank
Jo,
you ever so much for all
thanks.
coming on. I really appreciate you coming on and tuning in.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you so much.
See you
Talk to you
later.
later.
Cheers.
Yeah, bye.
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 Thanks,
Bye.
Jo. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.